Visit legacybox.com today and get 50% off.
Deal-com. Online auctions since 2009.
All right, I gotta go make.
This PlayStation 5
I gotta go make
only
fucking
50
coffee
cents.
because
This
I'm
iPad
late to
Pro
the
sold for less
guys.
than $34. And this Nintendo
I'm late
Switch
to the party
sold for less
today.
than
Really
$20.
bad.
Go to dealdash.com and see
Was
how
up
much
all
you can
night
save.
doing picks and crunching data and had a lot going on. So let me go make some coffee. I'll be right back.
I felt shame, embarrassment, guilt.
Like something had been knocked out from underneath me. What HIMS does is says, hey, look, don't worry about it. We got this part covered. 100% online.
The whole process was very discreet.
It made me feel like I'm a rock star.
This product has changed my life.
When it kicked in, I said, yeah, I'm back. I remember this feeling.
Get started today at 4hims.com.
It is a mid-November Judgment Day. Georgia running the nation's longest winning streak. Go Dogs! We love you guys! Go Dogs! You're going to the game! Happy Veterans Day, everybody. Hey. Myers quad. Barking. Ready for this showdown with Ole Miss tonight. Ready to hunker down. Oh, look at that. That's a cool picture.
Hey, Triple D, look at me, guys.
Look at me. Jayhawks driving is greater than Lincoln.
Yeah, he falls asleep while driving routinely. He is a danger to society.
That's not good.
Yeah, danger to society.
Yo!
That's like
Fuck,
every
where's my
week.
phone?
Yeah, that sign shows real original.
I had a harder time finishing elementary school than getting into Ole Miss. They say that it's not hard to get in there around here. I don't know if I would have made it.
But you know what? It's hard to get out because you have such a That's good.
It's all the vets. We appreciate
Yes,
the hell out of you.
Yes, sir. 100%. Uncle Rick.
Thank you, buddy.
Brother Jonathan.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, bro. Coming up about 12:15 or so, J.J. McCarthy and Michigan without Jim Harbaugh. I'm sure you know the story by now. Temporary restraining order will not be heard in front of a judge until next Friday. Sharon Moore will be leading the Wolverines. So just how tough is it to steal signs from Penn State defensive coordinator Manny Diaz? Oh, let's see. Manny, that's get there early. Got that one. Be loud. Oh, especially on third down. Got it. Code is completely cracked. And Penn State has been pushing on social media all week to get 110,000 plus to pick up on all those signs and create a deafening environment for Michigan. Well, last year, the only sign Penn State had when they played Michigan was a distress signal because the Wolverines ran for 418 yards on them. And you don't need to be some type of master code breaker to know that if Michigan starts running the ball on Penn State and quieting that crowd, that's a really bad sign for the Nittany Lions.
This high-powered Michigan offense led by J.J. McCarthy.
JJ's going to fire to the end zone. Wow! It had a vapor trail on it.
They're one of the most explosive offenses in all of college football. J.J. McCarthy's a very good quarterback, arguably one of the best in the country. In my mind, he's just Tom Brady in his preparation. He's better with his legs than you think. Like, he can scramble and extend plays.
I still think it starts with Blake Corum in the run game. We're going to need to make sure we got the numbers in the box and we can be disruptive.
Pressure coming. Hit from behind. He lost the football.
What a play by this Penn State defense.
Our defense, we're aggressive, hungry, fast, determined, and greedy.
Great edge rushers, great linebackers, great secondary. I expect a hard-nosed, smash mouth type of game.
I definitely feel like this is a statement game for our defense. Sometimes the villain wins, and he takes down the superhero. So let's be the villain and let's take him down.
Warm-ups before this Big Ten showdown. Michigan without Jim Harbaugh. Sharon Moore is going to be the acting head coach. He is a rising star in the coaching industry. If you're not familiar with him, he's going to be head coach permanently somewhere in the not-too-distant future. Now, the one thing to point out, we've been focused so much on Harbaugh, the impact on this, Penn State. Penn State is still trying to get in the Big Ten East race. If they win this game, that just means home team at Ohio State won, home team at Penn State won, and then Michigan and Ohio State, we could have a three-way tie in the Big Ten East.
I'm glad you brought that up because we've been focusing so much on all the off-the-field stuff. We talked a lot about how we think it's going to motivate Michigan as a veteran team, guys like Blake Corum getting them right. But I do think it's important. This is a Penn State. It's not just like, hey, they're trying to upset Michigan and ruin Michigan's season. They're a top 10 team. They have big dreams and still have a possibility of getting to possibly a Big Ten championship. So I know it's a lot about Michigan, but Penn State's at home where they are dangerous no matter who they play. And Chop Robinson being back is huge for them.
Penn State's defense, number 3 in points, number 2 in yards, number 1 in rush yards, number 2 in getting to the quarterback, number 22 in pass yards defended. This team on the defensive side of the ball stacked.
And they looked the part. Remember when we saw Columbus standing down there next to them? That's the better-looking Penn State defense on the hump than we've seen in a while.
Hey, you mentioned in Columbus, Drew Allen didn't have his best game, but, he played very well a week ago. He's going to throw some balls down the field because he's going up against a very tough Michigan defense. Pat, you just gave those stats for Penn State's defense. Pretty much similar for Michigan's defense, too. They're number 2 in total defense, scoring defense. Nick Singleton got to get going. If they get that running game going, it opens up the play-action passes for Drew Allen.
And we talked a lot about Missouri being upset about what Tennessee did to them last year. Penn State defense remembers that Michigan, that I mentioned a moment ago, ran for 418 on last year. Both Corum and Donovan Edwards both went for over 160 yards in that game. That's one of the top 10 battles, and the other one is here in Athens. Ole Miss and Georgia tonight. Kirby Smart and Lane Kiffin have never met as head coaches, but they've had plenty of battles when both were coordinators at Alabama in the good-on-good periods. Kiffin was known to have called plays that weren't in the playbook, weren't really in the game plan that week, and pretty much drawn up, even calling passes during run periods, all just to beat Kirby Smart's defense, or maybe to annoy Nick Saban a little bit, but I digress. In fact, it got so intense at one point, especially if Smart had stopped things, that another assistant, Scott Cochran, who's now at Georgia, legend has it, tackled Kiffin during this. So what's Lane got dialed up today that's going to make the Rebels particularly difficult for the Bulldogs to tackle tonight?
We run a pretty unique offense that neutralizes super elite defensive talent.
It's the package of what they do, everything together, not one thing that complements each other.
Ole Miss is very, very physical, very explosive. They like to play the game how it should be played.
You come to a place like Georgia, play at a high level, play against the best players in the country. So whenever you get the opportunity, you always want to make the most of it. The biggest thing is going to be able to swarm and make sure everybody run for one another. Don't expect just one person to make tackles.
A lot of great players on our defense. They do a bunch of movement. As a whole, they're very smart.
They have really great D-linemen, but I think what separates them is that they also have a great back end.
Very disciplined and sound team is the best way to describe it. They're also very talented and athletic as well.
That was classic. Anything for look. What do you guys think of the graphic on the left there? What do you think of that?
Ole Miss! Ole Miss!
Boo, boo. Anytime they show Georgia. Georgia defense.
There we go. 20-yard plays. Georgia doesn't give up many of them. Ole Miss, well, they live on those, both getting big plays on the ground and through the air with Jackson Dart. This Miss offense with Lane Kiffin, Charlie Weiss Jr. putting it together, dangerous.
Yeah, I like their big brains they have on the offense side of the ball. Now, the Georgia defense is a whole different animal, but I want to take a look at some of the things that the Ole Miss...
Both getting big plays on the ground and through the air with Jackson Dart. This Ole Miss offense with Lane Kiffin, Charlie Weiss Jr. putting it together, dangerous.
Yeah, I like their big brains they have on the offense side of the ball. Now, the Georgia defense is a whole different animal, but I want to take a look at some of the things that the Ole Miss...
They have nothing to lose. Throwing everything at Georgia's defense today. But I'm going to talk about this Georgia defense. We had Kirby Smart on the set earlier. And he said, Desmond, we're aggressive. My guys fly around. He said they love football. And they make great adjustments. So I'm going to show you what Ole Miss going to have to deal with today when they step between those hedges tonight, baby. First of all, look at this down and distance situation. 3rd and 8. Look at the safety on the hands. That's Javon Bullard. He reads the quarterback's eyes. He knows the down and distance. And watch he comes to lay a big hit on the receiver because they love playing football around here. Guys, this is really clever. They like to stem their front to cause a false start. Look at number 89. Watch they stem. See that? Okay, you may have missed it. I'm going to rewind it. Now check out number 89, the tight end at the bottom of the screen. When they stem real quick, boom, causing a false start. That's pretty clever. Route recognition. Now, one of the best players is, this kid, Tyke Smith. Yeah. He's like just a Swiss Army knife. You can put him anywhere. Cover 2 underneath. He stays on the hip of the receiver and gets the interception. I just love watching these guys play. They don't get knocked off from crossing routes or anything like that. They're great tacklers in space. This is going to be a hell of a matchup, watching Ole Miss offense against the Dogs defense, because the Dogs don't eat tonight.
Yeah, I think just to touch on both your guys' comments, the defense is outstanding. And the biggest concern I have for Georgia tonight is Jamon Dumas-Johnson, who is the alpha, the Nakobe Dean now of this defense. He's out with the forearm injury. Hopefully be back at some point, but down the road. You're taking an alpha in that defense, and they've had some great wins in the past. And to me, I found it interesting talking to Glenn Schumann, their defensive coordinator. He said, it's not like we're losing our only communicator. We split half the field. So Smiles Munden takes one half, and JDJ takes the other. Now you take that half out. So you're relying on C.J. Allen, a freshman, very talented. But with the speed that you're talking about, the tempo that you're talking about, the communication is essential to get your cleats in the ground, get lined up. So without Pop in the lineup, how will this defense do with communication against that tempo? That's the one factor in this game that I think could be a big factor in the game.
See if they can slow it down, if they can keep them behind the chains, make it 3rd and long. 11 points the Dogs are giving here at home. Haven't lost at home since 2019. What do you have, Stanford Steve?
First off, we got to say shout out to this crowd. Yep. It is absolutely miserable, these conditions. And I can't wait. If they're going to go through this, what they're going to be like tonight in that stadium. Oh, yeah. And when you look at the matchup, we thought Ole Miss is going to score. Pat touched on it's a sophisticated run game. But are they going to be able to score enough? Georgia at full strength with that offense. First in time of possession. So if Ole Miss doesn't get those first downs, Georgia's going to take care of that football. I don't see Ole Miss stopping. They're 11th in the conference in yards given up per game. Georgia rolls.
All right.
High-scoring game. Over.
Alrighty. I'm alive. I barely made it today, guys. Might be getting sick. I don't know. I was up late. I was trying to edit shit and get caught up for my other channel, my other outdoor content. It's up to like almost 4 Eastern, so I'm like just coming alive. I woke up at like 11:20, so I just made coffee and but hey, you know what? We're in time. We're going to see the final picks, and yeah, it's the most important part. So we got like, what, 26 minutes here, half hour? It's 11:41 on my phone. Maybe they're a little bit behind schedule here. We'll see what happens.
Those two are trouble, 15 and 41.
Think about how far, though, they have come with reps and experience and playing together, and not just up front with what these guys can do.
What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got?
They're playing at
Let me pull up the chat, yo.
Different level with their communication.
Who's in here? Who's in here?
Coverage. It allows Dallas Turner and Braswell to get home. They're playing great.
Man, I'm all out of sorts today. Shit, my bad, guys.
Slow start this year, but he's been playing much better of late.
Yeah, it really has. Earlier in the season, turned the ball over, inconsistent with his throws, but now
give me Bama today. Give me Bama.
Need that today because Alabama defense, boy, they're for real.
It's just I feel like it's a bad matchup and a bad spot for Kentucky. I know it's home. I know Bama's off 2 big games, but Bama plays absolutely nobody next week. So I assume the coaching staff is basically telling the kids, guys, all you have to do is give us your best effort today, and we can basically take a week off and sleepwalk to our next game. So let's pour everything we have. Let's make sure we secure the SEC West today, and then we can finally relax a little bit. So I expect a good effort out of Bama. I don't think it's a letdown spot at all.
Fans of Georgia Tech around here. 2 different worlds, but Tyler from Spartanburg might have motivated these Clemson Tigers to play the best football they played in 2 years last week.
There is a real super dog, and I tell you what, if this thing were a fight, they'd stop it on.
Just getting comments now. Jesse. Oh, really? Devin Leary? Well, it's his eye. He's not banged up. It's his eye, right? He can't see very well. I mean, I don't know. Is that just an excuse for him being a horrible passer? I don't know. That game's interesting, too. I know Daniels is going to play, but I don't know. LSU, after losing the Bama game, their season's, it's toast. They're 6-3. How much do they really care?
I had to ask you guys, who's West Virginia playing? I didn't know that. I found out they were getting all those points. Pat has this huge lead because he picks them every week.
Why'd he do that? Yeah, I'm pissed too, McAfee. Herb Street just jinxed West Virginia.
I got Iowa State at BYU. Now, listen, it was 8.5.
All right, Jesse, there's your squad right there. Desmond's taking BYU.
Iowa State's offense, they're not really doing much.
See what happens with the night game.
At home, so we make it the outright win.
Old Dominion played 8 games decided by 1 score or more. That's the most in the country. Gave James Madison their toughest game.
Let me look at the lines. What's moving right now?
Okay, all right.
Let's see here. By the way, I just gave out on my TikTok a bunch of picks.
Has 0 points on the year. So him picking West Virginia, not great news. But Garrett Green has gone over 300 yards last 3 weeks. I assume they're going to continue to do that today in Oklahoma. Herbie, what the?
So the spread's moving back towards Kentucky, guys. It's moving back towards Kentucky pretty heavy. It was like 11.5 like 20 minutes ago. It's back to 10.5, and the 10.5 for Kentucky is actually juiced.
You like this one. I do kind of like that one.
Hey, Georgia Tech knocked off 2 teams.
Everything else is about where it was.
Even weeks, where they play better even weeks.
What else?
That's who we're rooting for. West Virginia.
Colorado. Big move on Colorado. I love Colorado. I've been saying this all week. I think it's a good spot for Colorado. Arizona has overachieved. The world's starting to turn on Colorado. Give me Colorado today.
Savannah native and two-time national champion. Thank you so much for being here, Nolan.
Yeah, I like Colorado.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited. I'm back in Georgia again. I'm in Myers Quad. This is amazing. The fans are electric, and we got a.
Oh, I didn't look up Luther Burden. Is Luther Burden playing for Missouri?
The sun's always shining in Georgia.
You just brought the sunshine, okay? So that's good. That's good. Now, it feels like there are so many current Eagles players that were also your teammates here in Georgia. So what's it like? How does
Wow, Luther Burden is going to play against Tennessee.
The Philly Dogs, and we just
That's big for Missouri. I don't know how healthy he's going to be, though.
Just hanging out, just kicking it, and it's always good to have, some camaraderie in the locker room to bring guys closer together. And,
Utah.
He talks about all the time.
Utah. I didn't give out Utah on TikTok.
Georgia, and that's
Shoot.
one thing that me and my bros, we provide ourselves.
I didn't give out Utah on my TikTok. Damn it.
I absolutely love that. Oh, yeah, the dogs. Yes, it's time for you to
Really like Utah today. God damn.
This time of year, there's one workshop on everyone's mind.
I like Utah to cover.
Spends the whole year.
Forgot to give that out. I like Utah to cover.
And gifts. The Home Depot
What else?
Kids Workshop, teaching those who will one day build their own homes and communities that doing is a gift you can share with everyone. Happy holidays from the Home Depot.
I actually kind of think everyone's wrong about West Virginia. I think Oklahoma could kill West Virginia today.
For warm, chili, melty cheddar cheese and
I'm not
crunchy
betting it, though.
Fritos wrapped in a tortilla blanket. Now that's a deal, baby. The Sonic 99-cent Fritos Chili Cheese Junior Wrap.
What would the ideal weight loss program look like? No hunger, no cravings, no isolation, more energy, lasting results, and easy. Is that possible? It is with Golo. These people changed their lives with Golo without starvation dieting. Whether you have 100 pounds to lose or want to shed those final 20, try Golo for 60 days and never diet again.
Scan it quick! It's heavy!
The future. The way you see it is said to depend on where you sit. At X-Chair, we think it also gets down to how you sit, which is why our technology is light years ahead. X-Chair has done it again with our groundbreaking LMX technology, providing hours of infinite comfort no matter where in the world you're sitting. By synthesizing the universe's elements, bringing hot, cold.
Let me turn these commercials down. Let's see here. What is the Texas A&M spread is interesting. That's moved all the way to 17.5. The total's 42.5 in that game. I mean, I don't want to be that guy, but 17.5 with a total of 42.5. I feel like Mississippi State is going to cover today. That is an ugly, nasty pick that I wouldn't be exactly thrilled to take. You're basically going to be watching the game like, please keep it within the number. Please just score one of these drives. I don't know if they score, though. I mean, the total's 42.5 and the spread's 17.5. I mean, is it going to be 37-10? 27-10? Maybe. Maybe it will be. Maybe I could actually put that in. Correct score. Let's do it, guys. Let's throw $5 on a correct score. Let's take a Hail Mary on this Miss State Texas A&M game. I don't usually do stupid stuff like this, but I'm feeling it. Give me Texas A&M today to win 27-10. It's plus 9,500. Texas A&M to win by 17. $5 to win about 500. Boom. Bet placed. Correct score. Texas A&M 27, Mississippi State 10. Let's go. Let's go.
$20. I can name all 26 beat-up sauces.
I bet that hits. Watch.
He just found out his job is a pyramid scheme.
Oh, okay.
Don't doubt the king. Florida LSU at 13.5, and Daniel's playing. Maybe a lean to LSU. I think 14.5. Don't do it. Don't bet Florida either, but I would stay away from that game. I would not trust that game. Oregon's up to minus 15.5. Still an absolute bargain. 15.5, 14.5. Doesn't fucking matter. Same shit. Take Oregon today. I mean, for Oregon not to cover 15.5, they're literally going to have to unpurposely try to lose the game. If they give any effort, if Oregon gives any fucking effort, they're covering 15.
Nice and chilly. Getting ready for our day of football.
Where is game day? Is it in? Is it?
What do you got? Yeah, Reese, we have Jaden Daniels.
Is it in Atlanta?
Brutal hit he took against Alabama. He will start.
Why isn't it Penn State?
Will Shipley also back for Clemson after missing that Notre Dame
Wow,
game.
they should have went to
Luther
Penn State.
Burden practiced in Fast Fridays, and Eli Drinkwitz told me he's ready to go against Tennessee this afternoon.
That's big.
And Jordan
Wow, okay.
Travis has his two
That's
big
big.
weapons back. Obviously, Keon
That's
Coleman
all.
and Johnny
All that
Wilson,
news
the
is
two star
huge.
receivers, will play today. State and Knowles King.
Way to go, Pete.
Miami.
All that news is huge.
Shipley needed to get back. Phil
That's
Moffitt
wild.
Put up some big numbers last week.
Somebody knock Joel McHale off the top there.
Wow, 11-2. Holy cow.
We got the guy right here that's going to take him down.
Hell yeah.
Not much margin for error. We're glad to have the great Nolan Smith with us here to do celebrity guest picker after he finishes a great NFL career. He's going to be up here on this desk someday.
Vampire trend.
About that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're guys ready to make some picks. Coors Light Saturday selections. We will start.
Here we go.
with Rutgers in Iowa. The total is 27.5.
Take the under.
The lowest since 2000. Who wins again? Now,
Why would you even pick this game? Give me Rutgers. Rutgers in an upset. Give me
I think they
Rutgers.
left a lot of that on the field. So low-scoring game.
Give me Rutgers.
Iowa wins by a field goal.
Yeah, that might be the only points that are scored.
Ooh, Iowa wins by a
If they
field
win
goal.
this
That's a
thing
bold
3-0
prediction.
Or maybe 5-0.
Give me
But Tory
Rutgers.
Taylor, punter for Iowa, going to lead them to a dub. Give me the Hawkeyes in this rugby match.
Give me Rutgers.
So I just want to say, first of all, Iowa has a good team up front, and they just like the Georgia Bulldogs. They play good football, good defense, and I like Iowa.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
What's that ring?
That's a big one.
You like that ring?
It's got a lot of rings.
You got a couple of them.
You got 2 of those?
Yep.
Holy mackerel. Hey, Iowa wins at home. The game is made all field goals. 9-6. Both
Rutgers.
teams don't never score.
I'm with you. No, I think that defense carries the day. And I think Tory Taylor, who obviously Pat touched on, he'll get the game.
Why would you bet this?
He'll affect the field position.
Don't
low
bet this.
scoring. Take
Don't
the
bet
under.
this
Give me
game.
Iowa.
Don't.
I was going to be favored the rest of the year.
Don't bet
every
this
game they
game.
play.
A chance to get into the Big Ten championship game battle for
Not
the
saving
victory
the
bell. Now, Duke doesn't have Riley Leonard.
Guys,
so
make
they'll
sure you
have to
hit the
get
like
some
button if
wily
you're just
means
coming through
to
the
try to
chat.
knock off North
It'll
Carolina.
let most of the other
This is a
squad
game
know that
we
I'm on
kind of
here.
circled. We thought it was going to be bigger, but without
Click that
Riley
like button.
Leonard
It'll take like a half a
in
second.
the lineup, I think that UNC is going to win. So I'm going with the Tar Heels.
I love what Coach Elko's doing with Duke, and we thought we were potentially going to be at this game whenever we were at Duke.
Yeah, I don't know
a few weeks
about this
back.
game.
Oh, how everything has changed.
Yeah.
Give me Drake May in this rivalry matchup that he's been looking forward to for a long time.
No idea.
So you got to love rivalry games, and I'm a big fan for rivalry games. I can't wait to see this game, but I'm going with UNC.
Yeah, good. Great pick. Great pick. You know,
Yep.
Fighting
I'm here to win.
Brownies.
Yeah, you are.
I love it. Great pick. Fighting Brownies win this in a close one.
I'm gonna go just because we have a buddy that's on our show. He's one of our producers named Jonathan Wiley. There's no one that's a bigger, more passionate fan.
J-Dub.
For North Carolina, he's got the hat on. He's got the Jordan this.
Yeah.
So just for that, I'm picking Duke so I can cheer against him. I got Duke today. I'm going to take an L probably, but so I can cheer against my boy.
He really embraces the heel though sometimes, doesn't he?
Heartbreak whenever that thing unfolded.
Who cares? Get these teams out of here. Get this off my screen. Let's get to some real football.
Hey, let's go Miami, Florida State. You know how many times the
All right,
teams have
all right,
ruined things
all
for
right.
the Noles.
Yeah, you know, but they're struggling at the
Oh,
quarterback
man, I don't
position.
know.
I think that you look at
Florida
State, they
State,
get
like-
the receivers back. Marissa told me that earlier.
I
Keon
just keep
Coleman,
thinking
Johnny
back
Wilson.
to like
So
the
I'm going
Boston
Florida
College
State
game.
big, actually.
Yeah, I think so too. Give me Florida State not slowing down on this
Spread of
conversation to
14.
the college football playoff.
Yeah, so it's been a long time since both of these two
14.
teams were good.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting here, and I'm going to go with Florida State. They
I
are
wanna
doing
take-
really well right now. Hopefully one day we
I
can
mean,
see them in the college
Wilson
football
is
playoffs.
playing
Yeah.
for
Florida
Florida
State
State. That's big. Or
Defense.
Coleman.
This is a close one. Closer than the experts.
I think Miami covers.
Miami plays well in Tallahassee.
I'm not betting
Not
that.
today. I got Florida
I'm not
State.
betting
Keep
that,
in
but I don't
mind,
know.
2021, when Florida State beat Miami, it was a turning point for Jordan Travis, and I think the Mike Norvell entire era. They're 21-4. They keep it going. A lot of confidence. Their quarterback is special. They win big.
Boy, Oklahoma has been scuffling, just lost Bedlam, and now here comes West Virginia. Superdog, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Boomer Sooner, let's go, baby.
I can respect that, especially at home. You know, I was very lucky to play in West Virginia. We beat the hell out of Georgia in the Sugar Bowl in Atlanta my freshman year.
You trying to stir the pot already, Pete? And I'm not going for it.
Hey, I'm sorry,
I'm not
Nolan.
going for
I
it,
had to do that
Pat.
in
You
your
stirring
face.
the pot, and
I'm
it's
sorry.
okay.
I'm sorry. We also beat Oklahoma in the Fiesta Bowl my junior year. That's going to continue today. West Virginia beats Oklahoma in Oklahoma. Sorry about that.
It's okay. It's
I want no
okay.
problems.
Back when
I'm
West
going with
Virginia
Oklahoma.
was
I'm here to play. I'm
what
here
they
to
should
win,
be.
And
Bill
I'm
Stewart.
going to be the best celebrity picker.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Oklahoma lost the game.
I like
last year by
Oklahoma.
3
I went to
points.
West Virginia.
Payback this year.
I went to West Virginia
Oklahoma.
for school.
Big.
So you think it's big?
It's a bad spot.
It's closer. I think it's closer. I just this is my super dog, but I think Oklahoma's going to be able to win this football game.
I think Oklahoma wins
enough
pretty
from their
easy.
defense. I think they win, but it's going to be close.
West Virginia has
we're
so
trying to
many
cover in
injuries.
Superdog
So
now?
many injuries.
Colorado's getting 10.5 at home against a really hot.
Give me Colorado,
Arizona.
absolutely.
Exactly.
Colorado's going to cover
Arizona's really
today.
hot. Two teams going in opposite directions. I love what Jed Fish has been doing. I mean, you could just rewind and play
Arizona
my pick
has
from the last couple of weeks
overachieved.
with Arizona. I've picked them every
Everyone
week the last
is
couple of
now
weeks.
coming to the
Arizona
conclusion
again
that
over
Colorado
this
is a
week.
complete
Excited to see
fraud.
Coach Prime in Colorado over the next couple
Give
of
me
years
Colorado.
continue to turn what that has
Arizona
been for a long
wins,
time in
Colorado
Boulder.
covers.
But for me, give me that Arizona team. Shador Sanders' Rolls-Royce got booted this week. That was a sign of what's going to happen in this game, I do believe.
I love Coach Prime. I love what he's doing for football, but you need big guys up front, just like Georgia has.
Give me Colorado.
Just like Georgia is going to produce today. Big guys up front and having a good time inside that box is how you win football games. And so I'm going to go with Arizona.
Arizona's hot. Colorado is not. Arizona.
Man, they've become a cool story. Up in the top 25 on Tuesday
I like
night.
Arizona.
We keep talking about Jed Fish because it's amazing
I just
what
think
he's been
Colorado
able
covers.
to do, and they've given him time to
could be
develop it. So they win big, and the
17
question
point
to me is
margin
with Colorado after all
with
that
a minute
hype
left.
at the beginning of the season.
Colorado gets one
they're
last
trying to
score.
just get to bowl eligibility. They had 3
Doesn't
games
take
left.
much
They're
to cover
at
10 and a
4 wins. They
half.
got Utah
At
still
home.
to play. They lose today, they're not going
Totals
to the bowl.
54 and a half.
They're not going to win another game.
Still improvement, but you have to step back.
31
to
to
think about it
21.
after the way they finish, if that's the way
You know,
it goes.
something
Let's
like
make
that.
this one a quick one. Oregon favored by 15 against SC. The Ducks will cover today.
Yep, Ducks
Yes.
are flying together on this particular side of the table.
I love you, Coach Lanning. Ducks.
Oregon is playing the best football of anybody in the country right now. Right now. Oregon.
He didn't like the
Coach.
Anybody in the country.
I think Oregon probably wins it all at this point.
Anybody.
That's what
I'll
I'm
make sure we remember that.
Yeah, I'm not saving any graphics on the rest of the show. I got Bo Nix in Oregon winning big. We love Dan Lanning too. Good.
We do. And how about Nolan? He's the only guy up here that listens to the producer.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's a team player. That's all right. We'll teach you to ignore it. All right, Washington. They're the only team that
Utah
Oregon. They've got
covers.
Utah today.
Utah
I believe
covers.
that Washington's going to beat Utah. They saw what Oregon did to Utah on the road, so now they're at home. The Huskies are. They're going to have to put a number up on Utah.
Washington's been callous, too, in a couple close games, especially after that Oregon one. I think Utah's going to be very tough. This is not who I would want to play if I was the Huskies, but I do believe Coach DeBoer and Penix get a big-time dub.
Yeah, I'm going Utah. I'm going with you.
Oh,
and
wow.
I just think that, Utah has a really good front, and I'm going with good fronts this day. And for some reason,
I like that.
Georgia has a good front, and I'm just letting you know where my picks are.
Not so fast, my friend. Not so fast.
Utah covers.
Washington's big plays win, and they win by 12 points.
I mean, someone's got to
just
lose
wanna
today.
clarify.
One of the
Who'd you
big
pick?
teams
Washington.
has to
Who'd you
lose.
pick?
Utah.
Wow, you're picking Utah.
That's a good pick.
He likes their front.
Well, you like the defense. I can understand that.
I like good defense. I'm
with you.
sorry.
I'm with you. Okay.
Don't be sorry.
Defense wins games.
I hear you.
Okay.
The defense wins championships.
Okay.
That's what I like to hear.
There you go.
I'm going Washington. I got Washington.
You got Washington.
Penix,
Okay.
those big plays eventually will play themselves out.
Let's go quick on Bama, Kentucky. There is some news. Former Georgia receiver, current Alabama receiver, Jermaine Burton, sick, not expected to play.
Oh.
Alabama, Kentucky. I sort of expected that. Alabama will win, but maybe they will not.
Wow, that's
But
a
Alabama
huge.
wins.
I like what you're doing. Add a little element to that. Jalen
That
Milroe,
is,
Tommy Rees, that offense continues to evolve. They got everything in front
I already
of them
bet
still.
on
Give me
Alabama.
Nick Saban and Bama.
I don't like that news.
See a good SEC
Let's see what the
matchup.
line's doing.
Two good teams battling out, and it's going to be a good game.
What's the line
Defense is
doing?
gonna win it, and I'm going to go with Bama.
Yeah, Bama.
It's a 10 and a half.
Nick Saban is 18-2.
10 and a half.
Kentucky. They get 19-2.
The only thing I'm going to predict here is I hope
10 and
the
a half.
director keeps as many shots on Nick Saban as he can because I think
Oh,
this
do I
is
wanna
the
bet
angriest
Kentucky?
Nick Saban coached game all year. He doesn't want to think about LSU
I can't do
last
it.
week. He doesn't want
I
to hear
can't
about
do
the
it. They're
Iron
gonna
Bowl.
rally.
He's all focused.
They're still gonna get it done.
Everything's going to tick him off. And I'm looking forward to watching that. I got Alabama winning convincingly.
All right, Tennessee, Missouri. Missouri went toe-to-toe with the Bulldogs for like 3 quarters last week.
Luther
maybe 3.5.
Burden
They
is
left the
playing
level. They did,
for
bro. They
Missouri.
controlled the game.
I still like Tennessee. I still like Tennessee here.
I like Missouri. I think they've been
I like
playing great
Tennessee.
football. I think this is good
Burden's
for the
playing,
SEC,
but he's not
obviously, to
100%.
continue that depth.
He's not going to be
Give me
that
the Tigers.
effective.
M-I-Z-Z-O-U.
Tennessee's defense is
Playing in the
legit.
SEC is
I think
hard. I
Missouri's
played in the
overrated. They're
SEC,
nowhere
so
near
I
14
like
in the
your little
country.
jab over there, but I'm letting you know.
Take the under.
SEC is hard.
Take the
Going
under.
out there
58 and a
every
half
day,
is
matching
too
up,
high.
but I got to go with Tennessee. Tennessee has a high.
It's going to be like
it's
going to be like 27-24.
I like how you got there, how you navigated to get there.
30 to
They did something else with
24.
Georgia, and then you got there.
Something like that. Give me Tennessee and the under.
Missouri should have beat Georgia last week.
Coach, they did not say a word. Coach, you
I think Georgia's overrated too.
Missouri versus Tennessee.
Let me tell you why he just said that. You know who he picked last week in that game?
Who?
Missouri.
Yes, I picked Missouri.
That's why he said that. Come on, man. You got to keep up with my man. I'm going Tennessee. This is a tricky game. Missouri is a good football team.
Give me Tennessee.
I'm going to pick Tennessee.
All right, what about Michigan, Penn State? We followed the story all morning. No Harbaugh.
Give me
on the
Penn
sideline.
State.
We did a
And not because of Harbaugh. I don't think that affects the team at all.
Explosiveness is going to take over late in the game, so I like Michigan in this game.
I think we're going to learn a lot, obviously, about both teams, but I think Michigan against anybody today is a Wolverine day. Give me the Michigan Wolverines.
Well, I'm just going to go off ballot here. I don't really like Michigan. Played them in the Orange Bowl, and I just have to throw that in there. We did go down there and beat y'all, and we did make our way to our first natty. It was amazing. It was amazing. Yep. But I'm gonna still go with Michigan.
Oh, we appreciate that, brother. We appreciate that.
Michigan has won 34 of the last 37 games.
Give me Penn State. They're going to be absolute. They're going to go crazy
and
today.
they keep winning without them. They don't win. I don't care who's the coach. Michigan.
When I saw Michigan get on the plane and said Michigan's
played nobody.
You saw the tweets about Bet, and the team is incredibly
Bad strength of
bonded.
schedule.
It's a mature
Quarterback's
veteran team. They're gonna be able
overrated.
to handle this.
Rest of
They're
the
gonna use
team,
outside
very
noise
good.
as motivation to them.
I think Penn State's offense has improved.
They're going to take care of business.
And in the game tonight, here between the hedges, Ole Miss
Give me
needs
Penn State.
mental help to get to the SEC championship game. But if they
Give me Ole Miss to cover.
they really enhance their college football playoff resume.
Give me the points.
Nobody's won here
I'll
in
take
4
11.
years, and
I'll take
nobody's
11.
beaten the Dogs anywhere.
I'll
in
take 11.
26 games.
Let's hear it. I want you to say that.
It's the kind of atmosphere you look for. Night, college game day atmosphere. It's what you prepare
Should be a
for.
good game.
Georgia's two-time
I'll take
national
11
champ for a
points.
reason.
They get the opposing team's best each and every week, but they're going to get our best. as
Cal
well.
over Washington State. I don't know, man. I personally, I don't know. I'm kind of like leaving my attention from the Pac-12. I still pay attention to Oregon, Utah, Washington a little, not even that much. I think Washington's super overrated. I haven't watched a lot of Cal football, but I did watch Washington State get wrecked by Arizona, so I don't know.
Rhythm offensively now, he has an identity. I'm going with the Georgia Bulldogs tonight.
Yeah. Now you're trying to get on my good side. Mr. Desmond, you was trying to get on my good side now.
Hey, I like that. I got a chance to experience Athens a little bit last night, and although there was a few older white ladies that told me I did not deserve to wear the G on my chest, and they said I needed to get out of Chuck's Seafood Restaurant. This is David Pollockstown. I told her right back to her face, I want to let you know, you can say and think whatever you want about me. I love this Georgia Bulldogs team.
That's what I want to hear. That's exactly what I want to hear.
I love what Athens is. I love that all you got to say is, what's that coming down the track? It's the mean machine in the red and black. It's the mean machine in red and black. Nothing finer in the land.
Than a drunk, obnoxious Georgia fan. Go Dogs! Go Dogs!
Any place that says we are the drunk, obnoxious fans, and any place that barks at everybody when they see them, that's a town for me. I got the Bulldogs winning big today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Oh my
sir.
God,
Yes,
he's going
sir.
crazy.
Now listen.
Sounds like he's got some money on Georgia. I think McAfee's got some money on Georgia.
And people heard about all the pregame.
They'll win. I like
speeches
Ole
and
Miss
all
to
of
cover.
that.
Oh, yeah.
But when you hear it live, he'll make you want to run through a brick wall.
Wow.
Duke UNC, no idea. Don't care. That game's lame, man.
That's why y'all
The
brought me here.
ACC besides
Obviously,
Florida
I'm
State's
going
just
with
pathetic.
Georgia,
I have no
and
interest in
let's
that
go Dogs.
conference.
But I'm letting you know, Coach Smart gonna have those DBs flying around.
You got better games on the board, man.
Exotic
Don't bet
blitzes
Duke
that
UNC.
everyone knows about. And we're gonna play the game like you said up front in the box. And I hope it rains. I hope it comes down and hits up the mud bowl and it's nasty. And because everyone's loving it.
Great job. Great job.
They should have went to Penn State. They should have went to Penn State for game day.
Hey, who's that dog? Big fella. There he is. Big doggo. Hey.
Tell him,
Hey, Aldo. Listen, I know I picked against Georgia last week.
He did.
And I've offered calling you ugly. I think the dog is still ugly.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
But when you win 26 in a row, you better looking every week. You get. But I'm telling him, when I look at him now, this dog is ugly, but he's more gorgeous now than ever. I'm going with Georgia.
Georgia. There he is.
That's what I'm talking about,
Beautiful
Coach.
dog. Boom, I go 11 there. Great morning here, Nolan Smith. Thanks so much for being with us. Happy Veterans Day to everybody. Enjoy your day of football. And where in the world?
Wow. What a day, guys. We have a good slate. Let's go over the slate one more time. Let me turn this down a little bit. By the way, guys, before you exit out, before you hop onto your games today, just drop a like on today's video. Would appreciate it. Let's run through the slate right now. What do we got? Let's look at some late line movement. Some of these games have already started. Penn State spread is up to 5.5. A little bit of value there. What else we got? What else we got? What else we got? Texas Tech spread has dropped down to 1.5. Bama spread still 10.5. So if you like Kansas, if you liked them at 3.5, you can get them under a field goal now. If you do like Kansas, I gave out Texas Tech this week on my channel, official play. What else we got? What else we got? Let's look at some of the later games. Colorado's now 9.5. That's really unfortunate. Don't touch that. I like 10.5. I don't like 9.5. Will they still probably cover? Probably. I like Colorado this week, but yeah, I would not touch that 9.5. NC State, Wake Forest. I like Wake at home. They're a 1.5-point dog. NC State, I think, is overrated. I'd probably go Wake Forest if you're looking for some trashy game that's off the radar to bet. What else here? Baylor, Kansas State. Just a huge number. 21.5. That's so many points. Got to stay away from that. Can't touch it. I don't want Baylor, but I'm not touching 21.5. I like Tennessee on the road. You know, everyone's on Missouri now because Burden's going to play, but how healthy is he? I think they can really kind of stop that Missouri offense. Tennessee's defense is for real. I'm laying 2.5 with Tennessee. I'd take 8.5 points with Utah. I think they can keep it a one-score game. Oklahoma State is going to lose today. There's no reason that spread should be 2.5. Give me Central Florida. Staying away from Florida State. The spread's 14.5. Too big of a number. What else? Auburn, Arkansas. I don't know. I gave out Arkansas this week, but the line is just like stuck. Like there's a lot of money on Arkansas, and it's still 2.5. I would be cautious with that. I'd be very cautious with that. I feel like that should have moved up, and it hasn't. So based on that, maybe Auburn pulls something off. But I'm on Arkansas this week. Oregon State, I love against Stanford, but the number's 21.5 now. I just can't do that. I just can't do 21.5. Ole Miss probably covers. Georgia probably wins. Cincy, Houston, who cares? Don't know. West Virginia, Oklahoma. Everyone's on West Virginia this week. I went to West Virginia. I like the Sooners. I like the Sooners to kind of kill West Virginia today. I don't know why. I mean, obviously they've lost a bunch in a row, and West Virginia is overachieving this year, but Too many injuries. I think the injuries and the lack of depth shows up today for West Virginia. I think Oklahoma could win pretty easily. Michigan State, Ohio State, not sure. Florida, LSU, I don't like it. It's above 2 touchdowns. Texas, TCU, I don't like it. I can't trust TCU. I don't want the road team. Texas A&M, I like, but the number's too high now. 17.5 is crazy. Duke, UNC, no idea. Iowa State, BYU. I don't know. USC, Oregon. I like Oregon. That's the full fucking slate. It's fucking everything, guys. Check out my official plays for the NFL. I put them out last night, I think. It's another live stream, so click on my channel. Make sure you're subscribed and go to the live section. It should be the last live that was posted. I think I got 5 picks. 5 picks this week for the NFL official plays. So I think that's about it, guys. I got to get the fuck off here and enjoy some football.